Yo, what's up, Stoner Squad? It's your favorite Stoner, Westside Mike. We in the fireplace today with the Pink Rozay. Cookies breaded for a certain lineup that they have coming to you from Rick Ross himself through a brand that he is building right now called Collins Ave Cannabis. Collins Ave Cannabis right now has 3 strands right now lined up so far. Those 3 strands so far are Collins Ave, which is their indica dominant strand from Cookies as well. All the strands right now, as far as I know, are bred through Cookies. I don't think there's any strands right now bred through anybody else. But yeah, we have the Collins Ave, which is an indica dominant strand, and do you have Lemon Pepper, which is the sativa dominant strand from the Lemonade menu, and then you have Pink Rozay. Pink Rozay is a cross that comes from London Pound Cake 75 and Limoncello 10. The THC on this one, first, the total cannabinoids on here is 31.79%. That's a very good number. But the THC alone in cannabinoids is 26.49. We don't have to read the batch number and all of that. But yeah, the reported flavors and aromas is more so of a flowery. Oh my God, I hate that word. Flowery. A flowery aroma that is supposed to be bright. And it also has been reported to have a fruity taste like of tree fruit as well. So enough with the speculation. Let's try to find out ourselves. I have 2 of them rolled up, and we're going to test them out and see what's up. So, also today, I like to have my little taste here and there or whatever. So today we decided to try something new. I've been seeing something floating around on social media called 19 Crimes. Um, I can't actually. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly who they say this is brought to you by, but they did a partnership with several different people, and one of those people happened to be the big homie himself, Snoop Dogg. So, if you ever get a chance to maybe grab a bottle of this, this bottle this bottle is I think it costs maybe $13 for one bottle. But what's really cool about this bottle is this label. So it's an interactive label by a company called Living Wine Labels. Um, Living Wine Labels brings you products as such as this one. Give me a second. Let it come up. I know some of y'all probably already seen it online. Oh, really? It's not gonna scan now. Well,
They call me the Dog Father,
okay, there we go.
king of the West Coast, and I was born to defy society.
Uh,
Glasses up. Let's make a toast to success and nothing less. Yes, sir.
So yeah, it was a pretty cool little experience. Um, Definitely wanted to support the big homie um, with his endeavors. Congratulations, Snoop. It seems like you can't never stop broadening your horizons for some reason. I don't even know how you still be coming up with ideas to do stuff, but you still got it, man. You the dopest. So yeah, we are definitely trying to enjoy a nice glass of this along with this taste test. Um, Let me also say this though, I'm not the biggest red wine fan. So this is just to support. Um, like I said, like red wine is not my thing. I don't really care for it. Uh, I had a couple wines here and there that I liked, but I'm not a real big wine guy. I love beer. Real talk. Just to keep it simple. Um, okay, yeah, I do get that like flowery kind of taste or whatever. Do kind of taste a little sweet too though. Y'all want to check this out? Well, in other words, it's good flour. Now let me say this though, I did find a seed within this bag. So if that takes away some cool points, let it be so. Cause I mean, like I said, you spend that much for an eighth. I mean, yeah, you know, I ain't saying it's not a part of the cycle of or the part of nature. You know, things will I know y'all do run into certain situations or whatever, so I don't expect everything to always be perfect, but for my first experience with Pink Rozay, I got a seed in my bag. Um, like I say, not a deal breaker, but like I said, it's a seed. Um, you good? Uh, um, Moving on to yeah, that 26.49 is really kicking in on their ass. They feeling that potency as soon as it's off of instinct. As soon as they catch it, yeah, they feeling that. Product of the week. I've been taking a lot of L's on shoes lately, so I ain't got like a lot of shoes to show. However, I did look up and give my baby girl a pair of the satin ones. I'm cool with that. All my L's don't equal up to being able to get that W for her. I got my baby girl her first pair of Jordan ones, so that's that's dope for me. Um, but yeah, but my cop of the week is the Volcano Digit. Now the Volcano Digit is a vaporization system. Um, and I have not tried it yet. Haven't touched it yet. As you see, everything is still in the box. I picked this up earlier this week. I've been dying to try it out after hearing so many different stories about it. And different experiences, it just made me want to try at least check it out. So I when I had the opportunity to pick one up, I decided to pick one up. Uh, as you see, this is they call this the starter set. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not upside down on me. No, I was just saying, like, yeah, yeah. My bad. But yeah, this is the starter set for the valves. Uh, um, the uh, the volcano has it comes with a 5 piece easy valve, which I think are the bags that you, which I think are these bags that you fill up with the vapor with your vapors. So you see, it's 5 right here. And then that's I think what you sit on top of the volcano to transfer your vapors into the bag. Uh, I wonder what the screens are for because it look like it got screens, all type of stuff. So it's going to be a very interesting find, or interesting tryout. I'm not going to try it on today's show. I don't have everything set up properly to try it for you. Far as just to have everything set up visually, um, wouldn't be hard to, but I didn't do it, so we're not going to do it. However, who knows? Maybe I do a live trial on Instagram. Who knows? Maybe that might be the move. Live trial on Instagram with the Volcano Digit. So that's my cop of the week. The Volcano Digit cost me, well, retail it was $5.50. $5.50. I lucked up to get a good shot at this and a good price on this from the homies at 20 after 4. So if you want a chance at the Volcano Digit and you want to get maybe a better price than the retail price, if you're lucky, if you lucky, head over to 20 after 4. Maybe you can get you a good price on this, and maybe you can try it out yourself as well. I can't lie, that did help me to actually want to give it a better shot at it because 550 was a little steep. I really was more so ready to go and try to get the Stunden glass at the moment. That was my big mission. But once this came up for this price, I kind of had to act fast. So that's what I did. So the Volcano Digit, everybody. You want to at least unbox it? That's fine with me. That sounds better to me. Um, what else we gonna talk about? Okay, so topics of the week. Trending topic of the week. Since well, we was gonna smoke a pre roll, but uh, unfortunately, I was gonna have a good pre roll experience, but I'm hearing that a lot of people in Michigan are not having a good pre roll experience at the moment due to somebody deciding to lick a bunch of pre rolls for no fucking reason at all. That shit was, I don't know what that guy was thinking. Like, that was the craziest shit of the week, I guess. And shit, not just to me either, I guess. I hate when this happens. And it would happen while I'm in the middle of shooting. But don't worry, I fixed it. Nah, 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 nah. Can't ruin me, bitches. But yeah, so this guy decided to lick, or to let's say, what's is it any fucking man? He licked the fucking pre rolls, man. He pissed us all off because he fucked everything up with that. Because he had now it's a big recall about all the for all the pre rolls because I guess they distribute pre rolls to more than one place. From the looks of it or from the sounds of it, they actually kind of it seemed like they was distributing pre rolls to mostly everybody. So if you distributing pre rolls from different brands and different strands to everybody, like when you got that type of responsibility with the situations and the pandemics that we have going on, what in your right mind would say, hey, let me lick the pre rolls that don't need to be licked? Damn shame. And I looked up this place, Dispo. They have a lot of look like they have a lot of great products as well. I mean, shit, I looked up the lineup of just flour alone. I was ready to drive to Bay City. I ain't gonna even lie. Especially with the THC potency numbers that y'all had. Oh my God. Y'all seem like y'all doing pretty good over that way. Maybe the dude was too high. And maybe after smoking some of that good shit that I seen on Weed Maps on y'all site, maybe that's what it was. Your ass was high off of some of that shit that I seen on Weed Maps in y'all catalog, and your monkey ass went and stupid. I licked the fucking pre rolls. What were you thinking? That's all that weed going to waste. I know you lost your job. Okay, so I had came up with a list of questions that I think I want to use for most guests that come through. And so I think it's only right that I answer them first, I guess. So I answer a few. I don't know if we'll actually answer all of them. And we'll see how far we get. How about that? First question. When was your first experience? My first experience, I honestly didn't know it was going to be my first experience. My first experience, I was 10 years old, and um, my mom dropped me off over at my cousin's house. My cousin was an adult. She had her own place. She had kids, whatever. Um, so when my mom took me over there, she picked my cousin up because she had somewhere to go with my cousin. They had to go take care of something. So when they went to go take care of this, left me there by myself. Um, I already had a habit of going into my mom's ashtray and stealing like my mom's cigarette butts and trying to finish up her cigarettes. So I seen a tail in uh, her ashtray. I didn't know it was weed. I just thought it was a roll up cigarette. I found out very fast it wasn't from the taste, from the smell. But to be honest, it wasn't that much, so I didn't really get any effect from it. But I knew it was something different. I knew it wasn't what I was used to smoking. So that was my first experience. Uh, However, when I did really start smoking a lot, um, I want to say my experiences was, I guess you could say, bittersweet. Me and my partner, we was just talking about a certain feeling that we used to get. And I remember back when I first started smoking weed, I used to get like this feeling where I would throw up. I would get nauseous when I first started smoking weed back in the day. So like you could say like that was a bad experience for me or whatever, but it never was so bad to stop me from keep on trying. Um, but yeah, that's what it was for me. I remember every time I used to throw up, my cousin used to come and pick me up. My cousin, he was well, he just had became a adult legally or whatever, and he would come and pick me up. And when he would come pick me up, we would go over there. I would go over and kick it with him, and I would smoke with him for the weekend. And every fucking time I would throw up. We would be sitting out there in the car. We would smoke. I would get the freestyling. After I bust a couple freestyles, we get quiet for a minute. Then after we get quiet, I look at him and I start cracking jokes on him. And before I know it, I'm trying to hurry up and get my ass up out the car so I could throw up. And that was like the routine for a good while. I spent a lot of days hoping, saying, please don't let me throw up. Please don't let me throw up, especially when we would actually smoke with friends. And that's basically how that shit kind of went. Sativa, indica, or hybrid. For me, I would have to say indica. I really like indica because indica is more so for the body. So I have a lot of body pain, so I kind of need that relaxation. Now, on the other hand, I do I do see the importance of sativas as well, cause when you got shit to do, you're not gonna get it done with no motherfucking indica sometimes. So sometimes it's good to still have that sativa in your arsenal, even though you're a bigger indica person. But yeah, I really love indica. Indica is my favorite. Flavor of potency, potency. I love potency. I mean, if a flower is if a flower is new, like if it's a brand new strand, I could check that out for the flavor sometimes, depending on how low the potency is. But if it's too low, I don't even want to check it out. But yeah, but I have to have potency. If I don't have any potency, then I just wasted my money. And that's all to it. Uh, Favorite strand, OG Kush. Enough said. If I gotta explain that to you, then whatever. OG Kush. Strongest strain you ever smoked. Technically the strongest strain I've ever smoked at the moment. Y'all want to hit this again, or y'all done choked enough? Oh, look at him! Look at him! You see him? You gonna put? Give me that. That Mochi folded his ass earlier. Okay, yeah. So I was on the strongest strain I ever smoked. Strongest strain I ever smoked right now would have to be from Tyson Ranch. Shout out to Mike Tyson. Tyson Ranch, the Toad. I got a batch from there last year. 36% THC. That's the highest I've had from. I'm feeling that head high kick in too from this Pink Rozay. That head high is pretty strong. I like that. And it's supposed to have a relaxing body high as well. So it's supposed to be your body's supposed to be relaxed, but you're gonna feel a strong head high. Right now, I feel it right here. Is that where you feel it at? Yeah. Um, but yeah. Um, that's the strongest strain I ever smoked. Technically, um, from number wise. Other than that, I really can't say. Cause I mean, truth be told, I mean, when you first beginning smoking, everything feel like it's super strong to you. So, but if you ain't got no like data behind it, you kind of really can't call it. Especially like I said, like especially talking about when when you have closer to virgin lungs compared to some real iron lungs, you ain't. I don't know. Anyway, how many ways do you medicate? Um, Let me see. I use, as you see on the table, I use the Puff Copeak. I do that. I dab. So I use concentrates. I also use edibles. Yeah, I like edibles. My edibles for me to use edibles. Yeah, for me to be able to feel the effects of edibles, I have to at least have 100 milligrams. Um, that's my dosage for edibles for me. Um, Anytime I take an edible, I have to take 100 milligrams. Um, Let me see. Obviously, let me see. I said concentrate. I said edibles. Obviously, I said flour. Um, I've I tried tinctures here and there. I really haven't really caught the effects of the tinctures yet, so I really don't know like how to play it with the tinctures right now more so. So I don't know. That's but I have to say for the most part I've at least experimented more so with each way. Um, just about. Mm, is it any way that I least use? I would have to say it would be the tinctures and topicals. I haven't used topicals for the most part, I guess. Oh no, I have. I've used topicals, but I use CBD topicals. I haven't used THC topicals. Um, so I will say that. And my CBD topical has worked. It's like an icy hot. Um, Other than that, let me see. THC or CBD? Oh no, my bad. How often do you medicate? How often do I medicate? Damn. You say what? But I'm trying to be more specific, like with numbers. Like I don't know, like, cause I probably, like, honestly, I probably smoke maybe, depending sometimes. I don't know if like on a work day, I probably smoke maybe 4 to 5 joints in a day. But if you talking about like on a, if you talking about like on a regular day, and I'm talking about I don't have nothing to do. Oh yeah, then shit, the number could go from 8 up to 8, and I ain't even talked about dabs yet. Like if I used any concentrates or anything. Hell, I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna drink that damn Kool Aid. I don't know if I'm gonna drink that Kool Aid tonight. Um, But yeah, I say on a work day it could be 3 to 5 times with just smoking flower. Uh, I could take anywhere from 1 to 4 dabs in that day. I might take two to start my day, and I might take two at the end of the day or something. And that's included with flour. Um, I'm going to use flour more than I'm going to use anything else. Um, um, THC or CBD, for me THC. But like I said, I have felt the benefits of CBD. Does cannabis benefit you in any way? Yes, it makes me so much more relaxed to just be who I really am. Because if you know me, you know I like shit. I overthink saying anything just about. And after I smoke a little bit, I can kind of just let my thoughts flow a little easier without trying to always doctor them up for people or figure out how I want to say stuff for people. You see, I'm still doing that shit now. Shit, after a while, you see, I just kind of said, fuck it. I'm going to stop trying to say certain shit. But yeah, so, yeah, that's how cannabis benefits me. It helps me to kind of ease into being myself a little more with my anxieties and things like that. Also, I have different body pains, like I've said before, and they kind of help me. I don't care to take opioids that much, so I'm not into that type of lifestyle. So, because I know how they fill you up with them. I've had surgeries, and luckily I can't lie. I think really more so because the opioid crisis that was going on. I think they was a little tougher on giving me those pills at that time. But like I said, I think that if it wasn't if that wasn't going on, I think things would have been different. And I just don't care to deal with pills like that too much. I've seen people who kind of have pill addiction, so I just never really been into it. It just always deterred me. Um, any hidden talents? Hidden? I don't know if I have any hidden talents. I think most people know about most stuff that I do. I think most people know that I write poetry here and there. That I used to do a little music. Um, what else? Anything else I could think of? Um, like I said, any hidden talents? I don't know. Do I have any hidden talents? I don't know shit. Cause I would say basketball, but shit, I can't hoop no more. Not at all. I'm not winning shit. I don't know. You give me a 5-on-5 against like some 10-year-olds or whatever, and I get to get like the biggest one as my center. I'll be the point guard. I could win that. It might be challenging. Shit. uh, biggest misconception about you? That I'm nice. That's my point. Exactly. It be so many motherfuckers. Oh, you such a nice guy. Oh, if I can't date you, you too nice. And I just be sitting there like, oh, for real? Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So like, I think that's the biggest misconception about me, that I'm a nice guy. I'm honest. I might not steal no shit from you. I might not do no dirty shit behind your back. But I don't think that just makes me nice. Um, Pet peeves. I hate when people make me repeat myself, man. That shit irks my fucking nerves. I just went through saying all this shit, and I don't even know how. What if I'm in the middle of saying something important to you? I hate when I'm sitting here saying something to a motherfucker, and the first thing they pop up and say is, "Huh? No, I ain't hear you. What was you listening to, motherfucker? What was you listening to? This nigga just gonna, nigga, man. I hate that. I hate repeating myself. Let's update on Pink Rozay. Um, like I said, I do feel a strong head high. Um, that's where I mostly feel it. I feel it like right in the middle of my shit, like right here, up in here. I don't know about you. Do you feel it like this is where I feel it? I feel it like right here, and like that's where I feel it like the most intense. Um, I also kind of feel it like right up in here. Um, yeah. I'm finna see if I can intensify that with the second one. Um, but yeah, I definitely feel a real nice head high. Um, the taste, I don't know, man. I need to check the taste one more time because I really don't remember. It had a little bit of a sweet but tart type taste. Is that right? Uh, any bad experiences? Yeah, and I guess I already told you about the bad experience. Like I was telling y'all earlier, um, just I feel like what they were in my day, I call them beginners blues, because it seemed like a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie, I think I seen a lot of people throw up when they first started smoking. Like it wasn't just like no specific person or nothing like that. I think everybody had some issues with feeling. Do I look like I'm looking at the camera? I ain't mean to stop in the middle. Oh yeah, cause I be trying to see, but I be looking over at this damn TV, trying to see. But anyway, um, yeah, like my bad experiences. Like I say, I used to call myself trying to smoke, and it was more so when I would smoke blunts. I probably say, um, but I didn't. But in my era, it wasn't a lot of people smoking papers a lot. If you got a chance to smoke some papers, you smoke some papers with an older cat or something. You didn't smoke no papers with somebody of my age range or like the generation like right above me. no, none of them were smoking papers like that. Hell, you can barely get any of them to smoke motherfucking bongs because they feel like it's like smoking a crack pipe. So that's a whole nother story within itself. So, like I said, I my bad experiences was having nauseating feelings. Um, I had them more than once, and I never stopped smoking. They were so obviously they weren't that bad. Um, what I did do, I will say, is I did learn to dose myself and not overdo my intake. So instead of me trying to smoke the whole blunt with my cousin, I would maybe only smoke maybe half the blunt with him, and let him smoke the other half by himself or whatever. And that, I would feel a little bit better. I would also notice when it would be more people on the weed. Sometimes I would feel better after the experience. I wouldn't have that nauseating feeling as much because it would. I would feel a little. I would feel a little better. You know what I mean? So like, because I didn't intake as much. So that's when I started to just watch how I dosed myself because I didn't want to keep on throwing up, and then I didn't want to. Plus, I didn't want to be around other people smoking with them and throwing up. It get a little embarrassing. So that's what I learned. I learned how to dose myself. That was my way to fix it. That was my way to fix the situation. Did you have guidance with your introduction to cannabis? With me, yes, I had. For the most part, I say yeah. Like I said, my first experience, no, I didn't. Didn't nobody even know what I did. Um, However, from then on, because I didn't have access to cannabis like that, so when cannabis came around, it came from other people. So I didn't have to roll no weed. I didn't have to. All I had to do was just, you know what I'm saying, more so figure out how to dose myself. And that's more so what I would just work on for me personally. Other than that, my cousin, like I said, my cousin, he would definitely try to give me some advice. Um, One of the homies from the hood, he smoked a joint with me one time. It was a half a joint maybe, and that's how that went. Um, I don't know. I don't even remember really being. I think I had a little buzz from that, but I don't remember exactly how high I was. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It wasn't too crazy. Um, um, it wasn't too crazy or nothing, but yeah, I think I had got a buzz off of it definitely, and that was about it. Um, but like I said, like for the most part, my cousin was my biggest guide through everything. Um, let's see what's next. Um, when did you start consistently smoking? Well, for me, I didn't start consistently smoking until I was 25, 26 years old. I always was kind of off and on here and there before then. But for the most part, I didn't smoke too much, or I wasn't like super consistent. I didn't have to have it or nothing like that. I didn't see the benefits in it, none of that. It was just some fun experimental type shit to me at that point. Um, it was cool. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. I like I said, I've been off and on with cannabis since I was 10. Well, no, well I'm gonna say I've been on and off with cannabis since I was maybe 13, and I like I said, but I picked up consistently when I turned 25, 26, right before I got married. It was like right around that time, that summer. This is when I basically started smoking consistently. I remember I want to say that September, that's when I started selling weed, remember? Not to put my business all out in the street, but yeah. Like hell, I started selling weed just to keep weed, really. I think that's why a lot of people start selling weed. So, well, I don't know. I know that's why I started selling weed. Money wasn't a problem like that, where I needed to sell weed, like to get money or whatever. I didn't need to sell weed to get money or whatever, but after a while, it was like, fuck that. I just at least want to keep some weed around. You know what I'm saying? And not be sitting here looking, trying to find shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically like how I got to that point. Um, which I only got into that because we ended up having a fucking drought. We had got this one drought, and after we had got that drought, I was like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just start selling weed so I can always have weed, and that's what I started doing. I just started selling weed so I could keep weed. Um, how long before you stuck with Kush? Shit, it was. I didn't start smoking Kush consistently till maybe about 3, 4 years ago when it really just became accessible for, like, and the prices really started going down on it, which made it a little more easier to experiment with. Like I would, let alone uh, where everything was also accessible too, because I mean, hell, everything wasn't even all that accessible. As far as like all of these different names and shit you hear now, like back then when you heard all of the, like you hear a name here and there, like you know what I'm saying, one of the legendary strands or something, it'd be like, oh yeah, I found some of this, and that's what you would hear. I found. It wouldn't be like, oh yeah, this that's this whatever. Yeah, I got but like I only had one homeboy I knew that was like smoking straight Kush, and truth be told, when I first met him, he had Kush and regulars. Reggie's, and he would smoke both. He was trying to stretch his bag because I mean, hell, that shit wasn't cheap back then. That's when I remember it being on the streets. You was paying 400, 500 for an ounce of Kush if it was real. You know what I'm saying? If it was real, some real Cali Kush here, hell, even if you was getting what the I want to say what the Mexicans probably was sending or whatever, like you might have got something from Arizona or whatever, because back then I think there used to be a lot of stuff coming from Arizona back then, and um, hell, like like you get some cushion something from then, and but like I said, that shit was like four or 500 an ounce for some kush. So everybody wasn't able to spend that. You know what I'm saying? Let alone smoke it. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't smoking kush like that until like I mean I would treat myself. I would grab a little eighth here and there. You know what I'm saying? When I could, whatever. If I came up on a couple of extra dollars, I would grab my Reggie's, but I would grab me a little eighth for some kush or something and smoke that if I could, if I had a couple extra dollars. But other than that, if I don't have nothing, no extra couple dollars, I'm not getting no kush at all because I can't even last the whole week off no eighth or whatever. I'm a person working check to check. I'm not doing nothing extra. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of get yourself into a space where you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Say, look, I can't do everything everybody doing. I can't stick with the trends or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm a smoker, so I'm gonna make sure I can smoke. So, like I said, I would just get the best Reggies that I could for the best price I could, whatever. However it will come to me. Cause sometimes you would get something that'll be lower, but they'll be shit. So you couldn't even get that because you getting that trying to save you some money. It'd be you ending up wasting more money anyway because you gonna want something else. So you couldn't like just grab anything. But yeah, like you just try to get what you can. You know what I'm saying? And that was all to it. But like I say, like when everything just became like super accessible, where it just was all the prices just started going down, like where you was actually able to get instead of you spending 65 for an eighth, you could get a quarter for 65 or 60. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started like consistently smoking kush. Plus, I kind of didn't have a choice because hell, like no matter how good of the Reggies I had got, after a minute, it's like I couldn't even get high no more. So I would have to. So it was either you gonna have to quit smoking or you gonna have to smoke Kush, and that's basically kind of how it went. If you wanted to keep getting high, you had to smoke Kush. If you consisted on smoke, if you insisted on smoking Reggie's, you it was time for you to quit smoking because I wasn't getting high no more from Reggie's. It do have a flowery type taste. They say the flavor is smooth velvet. Would you agree with that? Yeah, I'm wondering what they meant by smooth velvet. And then on here, on Weed Maps, it say the top reported flavors is flowery, sweet, and tree fruit. I will say it's kind of it's light, but it's kind of sweet light. You know what I mean? I don't I don't know if that's right. Maybe I don't know if that's the right. What you think? I feel like it's definitely light, but it's got like it has a flowery kind of taste to it to me, kind of. It almost like have you smelled like a I don't know. It's like you smell like a yard flower, like for real. Like it has that kind of taste to it. Favorite movie? Hmm. I'm gonna have to say my favorite movie of all time right now, flat out, Baby's Kids. It was one of to me when I first seen that. I want to say it was kind of one of a kind. I don't want to. It wasn't that many cartoon movies. I want to say at that point, especially not black cartoon movies. Yeah, like for real. Like it was definitely like a one of one of a kind at that time. Um, and I was a big Robin Harris fan from watching House Party. In those days, House Party is definitely one of my favorite movies. So yeah, I have to say, Bebe's Kids for me. That's probably my favorite movie. It's my go-to. I can definitely watch that anytime. Um, I can also watch. And I'm gonna give both of these, I guess, the runner-up. No, I gotta pick. I got three runners-up. Stand by Me, The Goonies, and The Lost Boys. Those are my three runners-up for favorite movies all time. But yeah, I would have to give it to Bebe's Kids. Um, um, favorite childhood movie. Um, all the ones I just named was childhood movies. I say. So shit, should I have named different movies for my favorite movies? Oh shit. Uh, okay, but I couldn't give you a different movie. Um, for childhood. How about this? Cause I'm a big horror fan. So how about I give you this? Silver Bullet. So and if you want me to be honest, I gave you two Stephen King movies. Stand by Me is a Stephen King movie, and so is Silver Bullet. Both of those are Stephen King novels. Um, let me see. Favorite video game system ever. Me, I'm gonna have to say the video system that started it all for me, and that's the Nintendo. I had maybe one system before that, but it wasn't what you know what I'm saying. I barely remember it. I remember I had a Smurfs game on it. I don't even remember what other game I had on that system. But when I had when I got that Nintendo, I remember having that Nintendo. That Nintendo was everything, and I loved all the days playing that with my brother, my cousin. I remember going to your friend's house with games and your controller. You know what I'm saying? That was like a prideful time. It, other than that, I don't know, man. Do I want to? But I could still kind of say the Sega Genesis too, kind of fitting that. I mean, I love the Sega Genesis. I love Sega Genesis. I remember my cousin had, cause he had the Nintendo. Then he turned around and got the Sega too. Talk about he had everything, man. I'm talking about look. I don't know if you remember the Silverhawks. You remember Silverhawks? Yeah. Okay. So look. I'm talking about my mama took me, him, and my brother to Kmart. Bought us all one Silverhawk. Right. Talking about Christmas came. This motherfucker got the whole set, the spaceship. I'm talking about he had the villains. He had everybody, bro. I'm like, dog, that shit was crazy. Yeah, but like he always had everything. Like, yo, he's tapping out. But yeah, so I think my favorite game system. I have the tie between the Nintendo, the original Nintendo, and the the and the Sega Genesis for me, cause the Sega Genesis was like really my own system, and that's when Mortal Kombat came out and all of that, NBA Jam, you know what I'm saying? All that was that era, so it was a lot of good games in that era. But like I say, as far as what started everything for me, that Nintendo, that damn Nintendo, when that Nintendo dropped, it changed the world. And man, I don't, I swear, like I said, I told you how my cousin always had the extra shit. So me and my brother, we had the regular Nintendo. You know, we saved up a couple of dollars. We got the extra controller. You know what I'm saying? Did a couple of extra chores, whatever we had to do. Got that extra controller, right? Why in the hell my cousin had the Nintendo with two controllers? He had Duck Hunt and he had the pad. And he had the pad. Man, I'm like, dog. I didn't get the pad until he got tired of the pad because he had got a bigger game system and shit. And he was like, or he wasn't playing that game that much no more because you know you only use the pad for certain games, track and field, shit like that. And so once he got tired of that game or whatever, he was like, yeah, you can have it, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like he had it like that. We didn't have no duck hunt and all of that. You know what I'm saying? We had Super Mario Brothers. Um, I don't know how to this day, but I want to say we had Kung Fu. We had, like I said, like I think we had a couple games, not too many, but we had a couple games. But a lot of games more so we got from like my cousin would let us borrow because he would come over here. At that time, he would come over here every weekend, and we would go over there every weekend. So, you know, yeah, y'all can keep this. Go ahead, whatever. Like hell, I didn't play double dribble, none of that until you know what I'm saying. He got it because he used to get all of that. Um, Let me see who else or what else we got. Do you play video games currently? Um, yeah, I more so play video games though, like when my son is over here because my son, I done kind of handed my torch over to my son. He's the big video game head, so I kind of let him have his fun with the video games for the most part. However, that is still kind of how I just get passed through time sometimes because I'm a homebody. I don't always care to be hanging out, doing a lot of extra driving, all of that shit. Like I say, the biggest thing for me is, like I say, I got anxiety bad, so I talk myself out of doing something quicker than I can, talk myself into doing something. If that makes sense to you, because like I say, I come up with so many. If it feel when you got anxiety, like I got anxiety, it feel like shit is an obstacle. Just trying to go to an event or whatever the case may be, because you just start saying, "Oh man, I gotta do this now. I gotta do," and it don't even be that much, but it feels overwhelming because you're sitting here thinking about everything step by step, and it just kind of gets overwhelming. So like I said, to calm myself a lot, I play video games still. That's my peaceful area. Um, um, Favorite video game of all time. Um, Let me see. Favorite video game of all time. I'm trying to think of the name of this joint, because this game, man, it was like when you play it, it was almost like you would be in the Matrix. Like you could do this thing where it's like you would go in the Matrix. It's like you would slow everything down, and you could shoot like 10 people before you would come up out of it, because like it would slow everything down like the Matrix for real. Was it Wanted or something like that? Or and then didn't you have like a dog that you could sick on people and whatever. Like you, but every time you would do it, it's like you would jump in the air with two guns, and you was, and it was. I'm not talking about Max Payne either. Yeah, but no, I'm not talking about that one. It was Max Payne was one of them. I caught Max Payne because of this game, but I want to say this game was called Wanted or something. It was something like that, and like I said, you had a dog. I remember you had a dog, and you could sick the dog on people and stuff, and all type of stuff. It was a bunch of different stuff. Um, that was possibly one of my favorite games. It probably really got me back into it after a while, because I really wasn't. For a minute, I had stopped playing games, video games, because I got tired of putting all the money into the systems. Because it's just like, one minute you get this system, as soon as you get this system, you know what I'm saying, here come another system. And they started also making it where you couldn't get certain games until you upgraded systems and shit like that. And that started kind of getting a little pushy to me. And so I was resistant for a good minute until Grand Theft Auto 4. Was it 4 that came out with the PlayStation? No, I'm talking about PlayStation 3. No, I'm talking about PlayStation 3. Wasn't that Grand Theft Auto 4? Was it? I don't know. I remember. I thought it was Grand Theft Auto 4 or something. I can't remember exactly which one it was. But it was the Grand Theft Auto that came out with the PlayStation 3. When that, because like they was really trying to make me buy that PlayStation 3 for real. Before I actually put money on it. Because I remember I went to go and try to get that UFC, because the UFC back then had came with you could get it if you got UFC back then. Bruce Lee was on it, and so I tried to get it because Bruce Lee was on it, and they told me I had to upgrade systems. That's the only way to get that UFC. I didn't. Later on, I just wished I had it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was being resistant and broke as well. I ain't gonna act like I just had the money too. I was being resistant because I was broke. Um, Um, Favorite activities, well, and that's childhood and present. Childhood, my favorite activities was to play basketball. If I could get anywhere towards a basketball court, if there's a basketball rim and a basketball, I was playing. I don't give a fuck. That's all I want to do. I I mean, I swore I was gonna be the next Spud Webb or something. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't jump for shit, but I swear I was gonna be the next Spud Webb though. Um, I was decent, but I ain't gonna act like I could have. You know, hell, back then you couldn't tell nobody that they wasn't going to the pros. Um, Shit, of course, that obviously changed later. Um, Let me see. Far as favorite activities present, um, favorite activities present, I would have to say is golf. That's the only other thing that I do that relieves my stress. Where where I'm active, where I'm out and about, and if and I'm feeling good about being somewhat physical, because it ain't that physical, but it is if you actually ever played golf. If you talk about swinging um your golf clubs a minimum of 72 times, and that's maybe at the minimum. That's if you could part a course. So if you play horrible like me, you can end up swinging on this course 120 times, 130 times. You never know. 110 if you're lucky. 100. I'm still trying to break that 100, but hey, I'm trying. But yeah, it's definitely it's definitely it's definitely a challenging game, mentally and physically, if you don't have the if you don't know what you're doing out there. And yes, my partner in crime, Will, is definitely the champ out here. Um, but what you shooting now? Ain't you shooting? Oh yeah, you shooting mid 90s. That's now, cause hell, you was doing better than that, wasn't you? Yeah, so yeah, he was almost shooting in the high 80s back then. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I've been trying to break 100, and we ain't really got back out on the course too much. We've been working like crazy over these last couple years, so we ain't really got to play how we want to, but we still love the game, and that's every chance we get. That's what we do with our spare time. We try to hurry up and hit a golf course. Um, I also do that when I travel too. Like if I and my man will do the same as well. Anytime we get a chance to go to other states, we try to make sure we experience they golf courses and see what that's like. Shout out to Vegas. I've experienced a couple Vegas golf courses. Um, I have to get my timing and my itinerary correct next time when I go to if I go to Florida, if I go to Disney or something again, to make sure I have time to play golf. I didn't have no time to play when I took that last Disney trip. It wasn't happening. Um, but yeah, those are my favorite activities. Childhood, basketball, adult, golf. And then let me tell all y'all who like, you play golf. Man, you know how much weed I smoke on the golf course? Will, is it a golf course I haven't smoked weed on? Man, I smoke weed on every golf course, and I'm telling you, you'd be surprised at the people you meet that want to hit your weed for real. So, you know, I'm trying to tell you, playing golf is a real good time. You could roll you up a couple of these, smoke you one for each nine. That's what I usually do. I smoke me one for each nine. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to overdo it, whatever. But that's two. Like you spend like what 2 hours to 2.5 hours on each nine. So 2 to 2.5 hours. Like I say, I smoke one joint each 2.5 hours or whatever. And shit, we drinking beer. You with the right homies, you might have a few shots running around. Man, it's a good time. It's a good time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no different than you being in the hood playing basketball at the park. You already know how it be. The homies gonna bring a couple, some brews up. They gonna come up and they gonna kick it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Might be a little, a couple doobies passed around. Whatever. It's a good time. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's the same thing on the golf course. So I love it, man. And like I say, it's real peaceful. You know what I'm saying? It's a real beautiful scenery. You know what I'm saying? You might get a little lake. You know what I'm saying? You might get this. You might get that. You know what I'm saying? It's hell. River Rouge, Rouge Park got fucking deer. You talking about deer in the hood. Nigga, you know how that fucked me up? Nigga, you got the water, you already got your little river running through. That creek is crazy. And it's through the whole course. So I'm talking about that joint, man. No, it's a difficult course. So don't think you finna go up on Rouge without any experience and have a good time, because the course will ruin your time if you don't know what you're doing. So please learn how to play. Find you a good tutor. You know what I'm saying? I had to find me one. For real. Like if you really like if you like the game, check it out. Just get you some cheap clubs, whatever, and check it out. You know what I'm saying? And if you happen to grow into it, you know what I'm saying, then hey, welcome to the club. Let me see. Favorite food or a restaurant. I'm gonna put this down. This motherfucker keep going out, but it's flour was good though. Like I say, real strong head high. I definitely feel it all right here, right now. Yeah. If you hear my voice, you can tell I'm relaxed. I'm very relaxed. It feels very good. Yeah, I'm chilling, and I would definitely recommend this flour for you again if you would like to try it. Once again, like I said, this one is 26.49%. So the potency is holding pretty well right now. And remember, I did smoke 2 joints. I didn't smoke one, and my shit wasn't skimpy. So, and you see, I smoked mostly all of them. The homies hit it, but yeah, I handled that. I punched that bitch in the face all day. The homie, I just turned her around a couple times so the homies should kick in her ass for being stupid. I won the battle, bitch. But yeah, the homies kicked you in the ass too. Let you know what it was. But yeah, we liked you. We like you. We really like you. We gotta get a fucking sample like that. We like you. We really like you. Stoner Squad approved. That would be dope. But yeah, favorite food. I can't lie, my favorite food, I'm a sandwich man. I love fucking sandwiches. Um I love I love sandwiches because I can eat them and move at the same time. I feel like with a sandwich, I'm not bound to a table. Um, I know some people be like, I know some people be against that or whatever. But sometimes, I'm the type of person that when I have a sit down meal and I get full, I don't want to get back up. Like I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I get to a comfortable space. So when I'm trying to get stuff done, I kind of like to have sandwiches so I can kind of grab that and keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Compared to really having to sit down for a meal every time. However, I do like my sit down meals, and my favorite restaurant probably at this moment I would have to say is Starters. I have to have that's my go to for myself. Why is it my go to? It's my go to because I like their drinks. They make drinks the way I like. I feel like when they make you a drink, it's worth your money. Um, it's not like for real. Like you know how you go some places and they give you them watered down ass drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like hell, like Starters don't give me no watered down ass drink. They give me a good ass drink. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'd be happy I had that drink. I'd be ready to go home and I'd be ready to chill. You know what I'm saying? I don't be all in. Like I said I don't be doing a bunch of extra shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I like to get my little drinks, and I like my potato skins. My potato skins, I got yeah. If I get me some potato skins and and a, but I used to get the Long Islands, but now I've been jumping on the what are they? They call Henny Readers. You know, I like Hennessy or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? They make the Henny Readers or whatever. I know some of y'all like, oh, you should start drinking Douce. I like Douce, but they don't make Douce shots. I can't. If you just figure out how they make a Henny Reader, they put the Hennessy. They take a Hennessy shot. They make like this. They make like a margarita kind of like or whatever, and then they take a Hennessy shot bottle, and they put it in there upside down or whatever. And you know how you drink it down and then the shot empty itself out. That's all. It's a Henny Reader or whatever. So basically, kind of like a margarita with a shot of Hennessy. And man, it's pretty nice. I like it. I fuck with it. That's what I'm drinking right now. Currently, when I go to Starters, and I always get me like a tall Angry Orchard. I like, that's my beer. So yeah, they got Angry Orchard on tap. So I get me a tall Angry Orchard, and that be my thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's probably my favorite restaurant. Like I say, when I'm having a bad day, that's where I'm going. That's gonna that's gonna hopefully help me feel better. um, do you travel? Yes. Like I was just saying, I've played a couple courses in Vegas. Which I didn't play those couple courses in no one trip. I played them different times. So I've traveled to Vegas 2 times. First time I went, I didn't know too much. Second time I learned a little more. I knew a little more, and I found out how to maneuver a little more. And that's what I did, and I had the best time of my life. Straight up, I ain't gonna even lie. Um, I also try to travel for every Mother's Day because, like I say, since my mom passed, I don't like to just sit at home by myself and just think about stuff to myself. So I try to put myself in a more active space where I can maybe find ways to channel my energy to keep my focus and to I feel like to praise or uplift my mom in different ways. because if I was to, I mean, Will, you already know, like you know how my mom is. So if I was sitting around moping, my mom would be like, she would be fussing at me. She don't care for me to be sitting around moping for anything. Hell, my mom told me I couldn't even cry at her funeral. She told me flat out, you can't cry at my funeral. And I kept my promise because she told me flat out, you can't afford to be in your emotions at the funeral because you have to be the one to handle business for the family. So you have to be on point with your mind. You have to make sure everything gets handled, everything, all papers are signed, this is done, and that is done, whatever. You have to be on that. So she was like, I really can't. She was like, so she told me flat out, like, you can't even afford to be emotional at my funeral. And this is my own mom. You know what I'm saying? So I already know, like, for me to be sitting at home, like, just on some, like, just, moping type feeling. So, like, y'all could only imagine what COVID did for me. The pandemic crushed uh, my whole little, because I tried to take a trip for Mother's Day, like I said. And I already had my stuff scheduled. Um, I was supposed to be headed to Cali, you know, LA here. I was coming. Supposed to have been staying right up off Venice Beach. I was ready. I was getting all my plans. I was trying to get my itinerary together, trying to see what I was gonna do for which days, and um cuz I've been to LA once, but when I went, I it was more so like a rush thing, and I really went just to try to go to the cookie store and to the Jungle Boys store, and to uh, I can't remember what's the name of the I can't remember the name of the place right now off the top of my head, but I went there to get the OG Louis the 13th. But yeah, they had the OG Louis the 13th pre rolls, and I wanted to try those out. I know that was a brand that Snoop was really backing, so I wanted to see what that was about. So I tried that out, or whatever. Um, any other places I traveled? Um, Other places I traveled to, I more so traveled to when I was a kid. Um, so I kind of really don't know if I even want to count them like that because it wasn't like nowhere like really special. Like, I went to Alabama, which is like my family's hometown. I went to um, um, Louisiana, which was my dad's hometown. I went to Texas. I've been to Texas maybe 2, 3 times, but I've never like experienced like Texas. You know what I mean? So like, I really don't know like what Texas is really like. Still, like I said, the first time I went to Texas, I went to my aunt's house. She stays in Texas. I want to say Dallas, maybe, because um, we went to Six Flags. I want to say the Six Flags was Six Flags in Dallas. Was it in, or was it in Houston? I think it was. It might have been. I don't know. But anyway, I went to Six Flags, and that was really it. I was a kid. As you see, I don't even remember if I was in Dallas or Houston back then like that, really. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was it. We went down there and we hung out for like a weekend, and we went there for a weekend because we was already in Louisiana. So we had stayed in Louisiana. I think at the time we were staying in Louisiana for like 2 weeks. And my aunt, like I said, she stayed in Texas, but she had came up to Louisiana to visit. So I don't know, somehow they got this idea to everybody, let's go to Texas for, a weekend when she went back home. And that's what we did. We went back with her for a weekend, and that was it. Other than that, the next time I went, it was with my mom. We went for my brother's we went to go visit my brother for Christmas. My brother was going to college in Texas. So he was staying off campus. Like, I guess they was renting out this house or whatever. Him and a couple other guys. But I guess the other guys was going to I guess the other guys went home for the holiday. So we came up there to stay with him because I guess he couldn't afford to come home at that time. I don't know if it was more so financially he couldn't afford to come home, because obviously if we both could afford to go there, we could afford to send him a plane ticket and just, have him come home. But so I think he had something to do as far as with his school or whatever, so he couldn't catch the flight in time or whatever or something. I don't know, whatever. But anyway, we ended up going down there, and it was a good time. But we didn't really like go anywhere. Be honest, you know what we did do? We went to a couple gun stores. Actually, we went to like a couple pawn shops. But the pawn shops like had like gun stores in them. Like, Texas, like they say, they real big about their gun thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about, it's like everywhere we went, like I don't even think we were looking for guns. But my brother at the time, I think he had, like I said, Texas is big on guns. So I guess, like since he was staying off campus, I'm not sure, I guess he had, got his first gun or whatever. And when he got his first gun, like every place we walked into, they just got guns. Like, yeah, check them out. Check this out. And I'm seeing I'm just like, because it's like a whole new world for me. Because this ain't nothing we see here. You know what I'm saying? You don't just walk in. I don't even remember being able to walk. Even if you could walk in a pawn shop back then, that probably still was a section that was cut off from, a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I'm sitting here walking back to the cases myself, looking like, yo, this is crazy. And he like asking, can he see guns? And he looking at them and handing them over to me, and dude not saying nothing. And I'm saying, like, how, like, it was crazy. That was the craziest part of that trip to me. But like, we didn't do a lot of activities though. Favorite place to get away. My favorite place to get away, like I said, is Vegas still. Because I feel like Vegas, you can be whoever you want to be at that time. I don't know if that sounds strange or not, but like for real, like it's nothing you can't do in Vegas. Like, you can rent, the average person can rent a Ferrari just to ride down the strip for like $400 an hour, if that's what they choose to do. You understand? So like, if you wanted to, like if you and your homie, but the thing about Vegas is the strip be so busy as far as with cars. Do you really want to be on the strip with a Ferrari? You know what I'm saying? You can't really move nowhere. But like, I guess you could have, have your little Instagram fun or whatever, you know what I'm saying, if that's what you want to do or whatever, or hell, if you just want to know what it's like to drive one, you know what I'm saying, period. Me personally, I took my driving experience to a different level. I hit the racing. I hit the racetrack, um, and that was super dope for me. Um, like I said, I got to race that Maserati and I got to race that Lamborghini, and you know, I've never driven at those speeds before. As far as with the Maserati wasn't that fast, but it was. But it did help me to feel out the track, and it did like it had some good handling to it. But the hell, the Lamborghini had way better handling, and it was just yeah, the Lamborghini was its own experience. But yeah, the Maserati was definitely a warm up. It was definitely a good feel to have, so, under my belt. Like I say, hell, you already know. From that, I went to the to racing through the desert with the. It was like some doom buggies because like I got upgraded from a 4-wheeler for free. Luckily, um, like I say, shit, I play golf when I go. All the shows I can see, and all of the different like shows that the different moves that all these different shows could put you in. Like hell, I went from seeing Penn and Teller to the Michael Jackson experience to, you know what I'm saying, to a murder mystery dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell me you don't get a different feel from each one of them joints. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about doing like every day was a different feel. You know what I'm saying? I never had the same feel not once each day. You know what I'm saying? And um I do love the fact that they do have legal cannabis in Vegas. However, um if you're not tucked away smoking that shit, that can be a problem. So don't think you could really just be understand that you are taking chances walking up and down the strip smoking. If you walking up and down the strip smoking cannabis, please understand that it can go bad for you at any time. So be ready to put that shit out at all times if you walking up and down the strip. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I love Vegas. It's a great time. Like I say, you can always find something to do. You cannot say you're bored in Vegas. If you're bored in Vegas, it's your fault, and that's how I feel. Um, and you can plan everything at your pace. Isn't you know what I'm saying? Like, see, here's where I have to say, like, and it's still kind of a fucked up comparison, but like it's like, but it shows you like the difference of going um to Vegas and going to Disney. Like when you go to Disney, you have to do something because you spent your money already. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do something. You have to go, no matter how tired you are. You know what I'm saying? Because the money already on the floor. So what you gonna do? You only there for a certain amount of time. So what you gonna do? You gonna let your money go to waste? You gonna get up off your ass, no matter how tired you is, and go experience the money that you just spent. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you spent the type of money that you spend at a Disney, because hell, like that's even getting in the parks alone is not a small feat. You talking about what is it, like 100 to 200 damn near for a ticket to get into a park, and you talking about standing in lines like you stand in lines like for Cedar Point. You feel me? So you talking about standing in a line for an hour and a half, 2.5 hours, all type of shit. You feel me? And you just spent 200 to get up in this bitch. You feel me? And ain't none of these rides, in my opinion, even fucking with Cedar Point rides. But that's because Cedar Point rides are more for the excitement and the thrill, and their rides are more so for family experiences. So it's two different feels too. But like I say, you do so much running and so much standing and so much, all this around uh, Disney. But it's to the point where, like I said, you still have to do stuff even when you're tired because this is your experience that you pay for. So you have to do it. Uh, Instead of going to a Vegas where, hell, if I could chill on the strip for the day, you know what I'm saying? And that could be a fucking experience in itself. Like I say, you might see some drag queens come down the street. And I don't mean that no funny, like, for real, like they might come down the street like dressed up, like, ready to take pictures with people. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got motherfucking like the other little model chicks or whatever coming down the street trying to take pictures with you. Hell, you go to Fremont, it gets crazy, crazy. Like talking about nigga the big titty ladies. Oh man, I'm talking about that. It'd be the big titty ladies. It'd be all type of shit out there. Um, but anyway, yeah, that's my favorite spot. I love it's you can't find. There's no way you cannot find an experience for you in Vegas. Um, Best worst experience. Have I really had any bad experiences? Okay, well I guess I could say that Saturday night in Vegas, because it was just too much shit that was just happening, like too much back to back, and it just made me feel uncomfortable, and I just ended up going to my room because I didn't want to fuck around and get down to Dreas, and next thing you know, Dreas fuck around and tell me that my clothes wasn't good enough or whatever. And after waiting in a line there, I was ended up more pissed or whatever. Because I honestly call myself trying to dress more so for the artists that they were supposed to have on bill that night. They were supposed to have a Big Sean on the bill that night. But my whole night before that just was going crazy. Well, my whole day before that was going crazy because that was the day of the Travis Scott ones, and yeah, that started my morning off bad because you remember how the internet, if everything froze up real bad, and I got to a point where I was extra high, extra drunk in the morning, and I had to go to sleep and sleep it off because I was that frustrated. And then I woke up and experiences just kept getting worse and worse. Like I ran into a dude who was a girl or who identified. I ran into a man who identified as a woman. How about that? Politically correct like a motherfucker, right? I ran into a man who identified as a woman. Um, well, I didn't run into him. He ran into me. Truth be told, dude had titties and all. I don't know how. Don't want to know. Look, man, I don't want to know. But anyway, like, yeah, like that was bad. Then this dude came and made me feel like he was trying to do something to me because he was trying to get into a certain position behind me. And I was already like, because like I said, I'm sitting here smoking and I'm drinking. I'm like, okay, I'm at the Luxor, right? So at the Luxor, in the entrances from the sidewalk, it's these rams. It's rams on each side. I showed you, right? Oh, okay. Then. So yeah, you know the Rams. Then okay. So I'm ducked off on at the back of the last Ram. You know what I'm saying? Right before you got the little statues that sit up. So I'm ducked right there, and I'm on the phone, um, with my baby mama telling her Happy Mother's Day, cause like the hours is different or whatever. So I'm like, hey, happy Mother's Day, whatever, because I'm up, whatever. And so while I'm up on the phone with her, like I said, this dude just comes behind me. I'm at the last ramp, and he's looking all over that little metal gate where the parking lot at. He's coming looking all over that. I'm like, man, what are you doing, bro? Like, I had a cup of the Don Julio 1942, and I had a Angry Orchard bottle. I picked up that Angry Orchard bottle because just in case he tried to do something, I was just gonna have to just sling this bitch at his face and speedball it. And he just started making all these crazy excuses, talking about he looking for his friend. I know you're not looking for his friend in the damn parking lot. Not in that parking lot, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't even have access to that parking lot. So, it just, like I said, it was just too many. Like I said, with the dude who identified as a woman and the you know what I'm saying, and then this guy and all that, it was just so much stuff going on. It just, like I said, it just started getting a little overwhelming. I went to my room, and my intention was to come out my room ready to go to Dre's. But when I went to my room and looked up the information on Dre's, I started looking at their dress code, and all I had was sneakers. And Dre's had no sneakers, no jeans, no this, no that, all this stuff. And I just started asking myself, like, with the way my night going, do I kind of really want to take my chance on seeing if I can get through on dress code? You know what I'm saying? And I just let it be. I just said, no, I'll just go ahead and call it a night. I don't want to, end up taking the wrong loss. Get over there and start acting a fool because you don't get your way. Just because your night going bad or whatever. So, yeah, that was my worst experience. But like I say, my best experience, like I say, was also in Vegas. Hell, pick a day. Besides that Saturday, for the most part, pick a day. Yeah. Even on my my first trip to Vegas, that one was okay. Like I said, but at the same time, I didn't know my own way around Vegas, and I wasn't prepared. But yeah, the second time I was ready, so I had the time of my life. Um, let me see. Best worst advice you ever got? Ooh wee. Best advice I ever got? Uh, almost. um, I think the best advice I ever got was to start trusting myself more, and start trusting myself more, and and to start making sure that I'm happy, because I didn't understand that for a long time. I would try to make everybody around me happy because I felt like I wasn't gonna be happy if people around me wasn't happy. And so it was like, so basically, like, when your happiness kind of depend on other people, you, if they can figure that out, they can kind of sway that how they want to. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's to get for their own happiness or whatever. So that was the best advice I ever got. Um, Hell, the worst advice I ever got probably was shit to probably um stay in a keep pursuing a relationship that I shouldn't. Um, uh, believing people telling me believing people saying that it would get better. You know what I'm saying? And some things just take time, and you know what I'm saying. Whatever. Some things do, but some things sometimes you do just kind of, like I said. Obviously, I had a problem with trusting myself and and putting myself first. Like I said, so sometimes you putting people first. You probably need to be breaking away from them people, but you're not. So that was my like bad experiences or worst advice I ever got. To basically let people stay attached to me that shouldn't uh, stay attached to me. So yeah, that was it. Um, Name something you love to do, but you suck at. I love to draw, and I suck at that shit. I cannot draw that good for shit. Um, I don't know. I I could just never really figure it out all the way. So it just never clicked for me. But that's definitely one thing I could definitely say. Uh, Art, I can't I can't draw to save my life how I wanted to. Not at the level I want to be able to draw. I I could never do that. Um, what type or types of music do you listen to? Shit, I listen to. I could definitely say rap, hip hop, R&B, soul, um, reggae. I can do some rock. Um, I can do some blues. My people from the south, so you already know like blues is definitely in the category because that was they get downtown music. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up hearing a lot of blues, from the hole in the wall and all of that, and all that. I can do that, and um, I more like I can listen to it, but I ain't gonna always say I just go searching for blues like that either. But I do listen to it. Um, if it come up, I will. I can get in that groove like real easy. Um, but yeah, DJing definitely, and DJing also brought up blues too for me a whole lot. Well, like I said, I really like reggae. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, um, Stephen Marley, um, Damian Marley. Hell, the whole Marley family killing it, obviously. Uh, and not just because they Marleys, they actually got real good songs that I like. Um, um, hell, I plus I love all the cannabis culture music that comes out of there, out of reggae. Um, Eek the Mouse. Um, who else can I name off? I'm trying to think of this one. Uh, Revolution. It's another. It's a couple. It's a lot of people that I listen to. I mean, that I just picked it up on. I don't know. Sometimes it's good if I could just maybe put on the playlist sometimes and not focus on the names and just listen to the music and see what I end up liking. And that's how I end up discovering new music a lot of times. Sometimes I might just, and then I might discover a new artist and I might just go through them and figure out, see what I can find from them. Um, Favorite artists of all time. I think I named every music genre I like too. So, um, if I didn't name it, and like this is my last show. Let me see. Favorite artist of all time and present. I have to say Scarface. He's possibly my favorite artist of all time. Like I was trying to think if there's anybody else besides him. And that's really who it is. It's my favorite artist of all time for the most part is Scarface. I probably say he became my favorite artist ever since the South Central soundtrack. I know everybody else like to go with Mind playing tricks on me and stuff like that. But my favorite was from the South Central soundtrack. He had a song called Street Life. Um, that song to me was super dope. And it came to me at a time where life was changing for me like that too. So he kind of like connected with me on that level because that's where how my life was changing up. Like I say, I was about 12, getting ready to graduate elementary school and go to middle school. So like that's how that kind of went. So I think that song just kind of made me connect with him even more. Like over all of the crazy stuff that it used to have, all of the artistic stuff that made me also put him in top 5 for storytelling as well. Um, so yeah, that's what I would have to say for all time. But for present, my present favorite artist, I would have to say is Royce the 5'9". I'm a real big Royce the 5'9" fan. I like what he be coming with. I like the way he actually always pushes the bar. Um, I like the way he always keeps his mind and his ears open as well. He always ready to pick out like the new hot lyricists. Um, for especially and that helps for people like me. Like I said, I like lyricists a lot. Um, don't get me wrong, I like the street stuff too, but I'm not a street guy, so I don't want to try to get. I can't get that impersonation. I like Jeezy a lot, but I I'm never sold a rock in my life. So now on the other hand, I have tried to do hip hop, and I remember I used to try to think like, damn, how can I come up with some metaphors and all of the, I used to want to try to figure out how to use big words and stuff, and um, hell, that was not easy, but like seeing artists like him and Eminem, you know, really push that bar to a whole new level. That and Crooked Eye as well, man. The Crooked Eye is crazy. Hell, the whole Slaughterhouse was crazy. Um, but yeah, that was definitely like he's definitely one of my favorite artists, and I say he's possibly been my favorite artist consistently since the Bad Meets Evil EP or whatever that was. When they did that, that's when he really like just like has been stuck on my radar. Before that, I can't say I was listening to him like that. I know everybody was talking about the mixtapes that he was doing or something before that, but I wasn't privy to any of them. So when that Bad Meets Evil came out, that's what I became privy to. And when I heard that, and when I saw how I felt like he brought Eminem back to, his level. You know what I'm saying? Because before that, Eminem, yeah, like he was demanding, and everybody was talking about how he was going, further down. But once he did that Bad Meets Evil project, I felt like that's when everything kind of went right back, skyrocketing as far as skill wise. and that was where it all kind of went super dope to me. And I've been just a Royce fan ever since that Bad Meets Evil soundtrack, or not soundtrack, project. Um, that's not even to mention the ones he did with Premier, DJ Premier. What's the group Prime? Um, um, I really like what he got going on. I would love to see Prime and Run the Jewels do a collaboration track. You know who Run the Jewels is? That's Killer Mike, and it's another DJ, but this guy actually I think raps. And well, it's not. I think he raps. He's spitting some bars too. I would love to see Prime and Run the Jewels do a collaboration track at least. I think that would be crazy. Killer Mike and Royce the 5'9" on a track with Premier DJ Premier on the beat. That'd be crazy. I think that'd be super crazy. And then that's the thing about it, and that's what I'm saying. Like neither one of those dudes, like hell, like they don't even really talk about like getting high or none of that. Like really, like they get high, or Run the Jewels do because they just got a new strand through Cookies or whatever. But yeah, like I think that would be the subject matter could be crazy. That's my point. The subject matter could be super crazy when you talking about Killer Mike and Royce the 5'9" on one song with DJ Premier behind the beat. I think that'd be crazy. Dopest verse and dopest song ever. Um, Dopest verse, like I said, I'm probably gonna have to get at the Royce the 5'9" as well. Um, this one that I was playing it earlier. What is it? His verse on Bad Meets Evil above. I think the song is called Above the Law. Um, that verse is crazy. But my runner up gonna have to be no, you know what? Forget it. That's cool. That could no Royce, you could get dopest verse. Dopest song ever to me. Like I'm talking about automatically instantly gets me hyped every time. Ooh, and there's so many, but I'm gonna have to give it to you just this at least this time. Twister, Overdose. When I hear that shit, I am in a whole nother zone. Like, and I'm sitting here trying to rap all of that too. Like that shit is some of the dopest. Like that song is crazy to me. Like I love Overdose. Um, Last question, favorite munchies. I love chocolate. That's probably my biggest thing. I probably could eat a lot of different other candies and stuff, but I love chocolate. So if it's some Reese's cups, Snickers, stuff like that, I'm probably gonna really smash that. Like I already said earlier, hell, my favorite food is sandwiches. So if you got like some little sandwiches or something, I'ma smash those or whatever too. But yeah, I love chocolate. Chocolate is my shit. That's what I like. Um, those are all my questions that got me through all of that weed, except this little bit that I didn't smoke because I just got tired of trying to keep lighting it. Um, yeah, but this is a stoner approved strand. I definitely smoke it again. I like the head high. I still feel the head high. It's been holding. That's I would say that is a nod to the potency of it. I want to say from the THC potency, it's still holding. So yeah, because I know I've been talking for a minute. I know we got to be on here for about 2 hours or something about now. Yeah, so yep, smoke 2 joints with you. Answered all these questions. You probably don't even give a fuck. And that's probably exactly how you feel too. He pressed the wrong button by mistake, but I know that's probably how. Oh, well, that's probably how motherfuckers feel though. Cause nigga, shit, I know I'm high as hell. Sitting here talking about my goddamn self. I've been seeing. All I've been thinking about is I can't wait till this shit is over so I can get me something else to drink. Cause I've been wanting me a beer or something, nigga, like for real. So yeah. With that being said, I got the Cottonmouth. You can hit me up on Westside Mike 313 on any and all platforms, just about. Definitely on YouTube, Instagram. On Instagram it's Westside Mike _313, and on everything else is Westside Mike 313. And you can also look us up under the Fiya Place, TheFiyaPlace, the Fiya Place. Peace. We out.